driving closeouts tonight. We didn't hold the ball. If we didn't have it, we got to our second and third actions. And then just making quick decisions. I thought Kawhi really set the tone by going quick early. They wanted to double, but they couldn't get there in time. And he was already at the basket. And then James just, controlled the game, especially in that first quarter. Pick and roll, threes, making the right passes, making the right reads. And like I said, we're all going to be able to play that style of basketball. Everybody can touch the ball when you're driving closeouts, getting into the paint, making the extra pass. And it was a beautiful game to watch offensively.
Coach Lou, believe, going into that fourth quarter, you only had like 3 turnovers. You just said you guys held the ball pretty good. Can you talk a little bit about, the ball handling tonight?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I said.
we just want to make sure that, we take care of the basketball and get shots, and because we're a great offensive team. And so, we had 5 turnovers before that last one was Zoo at the end of the game, and then, Bones held the ball at the end of the game. So, if we have 5 turnovers, we should win the game every single night because we're too good offensively. And so just taking care of the basketball, I thought James did a great job of just controlling the tempo, controlling the game all night. And, we was able to really be good offensively tonight. And so it was really good to see.
Is Norm okay?
Getting reevaluated, not sure.
Okay. If you had to draw up a blueprint, would it literally be tonight? I mean, like entering in the third quarter, it was like 15 shots Kawhi, 14 PG, 14 for Harden. Was there anything that if you had to nitpick, like there was something that maybe you could have worked on better?
Defensively. But, it was a point where we just, we was up 18, 20 points, and we didn't want to come double-team Fox and give up threes and let them get back in the game. So we just thought his twos wouldn't hurt us as long as we kept scoring. And so defensively, we would have done a better job with that if, the game was tight and close. So it's a fine line if you want to come and double. Now you want to give up threes to Harrison and Herter and those guys, or you want to just make him play in the, taking tough twos in the paint, which a lot of them wasn't tough, but, twos in the paint, and then just kind of go from there. So that was my decision, just to, just keep it as is. We'll be okay as long as we keep scoring, keep it, 16, 18 points, and we'll be fine.
Was there anything you did tonight to get James going like that, being more aggressive and looking for a shot?
No, just the constant conversation, the constant dialogue. And I think James just wanted to prove to y'all that, he is James Harden, and so he can do that, on a nightly basis. And so we just got to get more pick and rolls. We got to get more and more comfortable. I think our bigs, are really doing a good job now. He's working with Tyson and Zoo after every practice, just showing them the angles of the pick and rolls, when to get off of it, where to be at when he's coming downhill. And so they're starting to get a great combination. So it's coming around. Like I said, we had the tough loss against Denver. Everybody's, talking about that. But I still got positivity in this team, and I just like our team. And once we start figuring out and, having more games like tonight, we're making quick decisions, we're making the right pass, right play, getting to the paint, spraying out for threes, then that's how we got to play.
Ty, I know before you said that Kawhi likes to kind of get the ball and just survey to kind of see what presents itself. Was this the best game you've seen out of him this season, pre and post trade, where he was quick and decisive with everything he did?
Yeah, I thought, and it's just talking to him, just over the years and talking to him this year, if teams are going to come and double team, he wants to make the right play. But I said sometimes the right play is going fast before they get there. And so, if you want to get, more shots and you want to get, into a rhythm, you got to go quicker. And so we've been having those conversations. And like I said, he did it tonight. I thought he did it in the Dallas game at Dallas, early on in that first quarter by going quick. But when he plays with this kind of pace and going quick, it's going to be tough for teams to stop him.
He also athletically looked probably as good as he's looked all season. He had the alley-oop, he had the poster dunk, he had the up and under. Do you feel like with his minutes load, it's almost like he's pushing through the wall to kind of get beyond kind of the limitations of, because he hasn't been playing back-to-backs prior to this year really, and do you just feel like the minutes workload is kind of allowing him to?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, coming into training camp, being healthy, having a great training camp, really pushing those guys from a condition standpoint, and they really did it all. And so just his body's feeling good, he's feeling good, and so it's just good to see, like I said, he's pushing through. Like I said, playing back-to-backs, it's the most games he's played in this stretch since 2016, at this early in the season. So just everybody, like I said, sacrificing, giving up a lot to try to be a good team, and that's what it's all about.
Ty, just to touch on a bit of sort of the numbers you showed us before the game. Transition points-wise, I know the NBA's data and yours data is probably a little different. What are you looking for specifically there? Is it just the initial break, is the secondary break as well. What are you looking for from the transition point aspect?
The first thing is, securing the rebound and then advance pass. We want to attack early so we can get up to PG and Kawhi, T-Man, and they can attack early before the defense gets set. That's what we want. And then after that, just flowing into like a drag situation, which is, pick and roll and having quick triggers early in the shot clock, not running the clock down, being stagnant, being slow. And so if we get stops, if we get steals, get out in transition, we want to make sure we capitalize on those. And so we wasn't really that good. At it. We was getting a lot of transition opportunities, but we wasn't capitalizing. And since we have James, we've gotten a lot better. And so that's something we got to continue to keep getting better with.
Is there a shot clock thing you look at for that?
No, it's not like the Phoenix Suns back in the day. We got a lot of old guys, and they're not that fast, you know what I'm saying? But just the right way. Like, we get the rebound, advancing it, attacking early. Like, PG's been doing a great job of that this year. T-Man did it in our win against Dallas. Attacking early before the defense can get set, and that's how we want to play. And then if it's not there, we can throw it back, and now James getting to flow pick and rolls, or Kawhi or PG or whoever's trailing who made that advance pass. And so we want to just keep getting better. Like I said, each game, each shoot around, each practice, and we got a special team, and we just got to continue to keep building towards it.
A couple ones about the rotation. One, just why Kobe Brown tonight, and then is that something you think could be a long term, keep him in the rotation, give him a look, and then. You brought Kawhi back with, 9 minutes left in the second quarter, which is several minutes earlier. He's usually like a 6-minute left in the second quarter guy. Was that something just related to game flow, or are you trying to give him maybe a little bit of a longer runway to get going before halftime?
Yeah, Kobe's going to be in the rotation, giving him an opportunity and, see what he can bring, to the table. And like I say, he's a good shooter. He's good defensively. Plays hard, and just give him opportunity. And so I thought he did a good job for the first time tonight. Kawhi, it was just more of a feel, like the flow to the game. And I wish I didn't have to bring him back tonight, but he got to 13 with 6 minutes to go in the game, so we had to bring him back in the game. So just more so just the flow of the game and just how it was is the reason why we brought him back early.
See, obviously the offense had a great night, but that lead got to where it was because of the stops, the defense, especially in that second quarter. What did you guys key in on, especially those last 7 minutes when you brought the Stars back in with a 6-point lead?
I thought it got, in the fourth quarter, I thought Fox, started going one-on-one, attacking us, getting downhill. But we didn't want to blitz. We didn't want to fire and start being in rotations and giving up threes. When you're up 16, 18 points, it's kind of a fine line of when you want to double and get it out of his hands. But if it was a close game, it would have been different. Like, we would have definitely, tried to get the ball out of his hands as best as possible. But I just thought to start the game, we was locked in, understanding, being on bodies, having a physical presence defensively, 1 through 5, not letting those guys get back cuts, get layups. And we did a good job. I don't think they got one all night from Sabonis, as far as cuts and, slips and things like that, which was good. And, I think starting the game, going under on their pick and rolls to keep them out of the paint, I thought was good for us. And so we changed defenses a couple times in that first half, and our team did a good job with understanding what we were trying to do. And so it was a lot different from the Denver game.
What does it look like, and what's the difference for you that you see when Zoo is having the kind of game that changes how effective another team star big is, especially like Sabonis was pretty much eliminated from the game until the end of the game?
Yeah, I thought Zoo did a great job, just being physical, in the pick and roll, getting back, firing back to him, trying to meet him early at the free throw line instead of waiting back for him, because if Sabonis attacks you, now he bumps you out of the way, and now you're off balance. So we really talked about in shoot around, when you fire back, get back into him, get back into his body so he can't hit you first. And I thought Zoo did a phenomenal job, like you said, defensively, just guarding him all night. That's crazy. You right here.
We talked about in the summer about Kobe and just the the foot speed, the strength that he has to be kind of a 3-4. Has any of that changed as you've seen him more develop in this early part of the season? Are you still viewing him as that 3-4? And I guess where do you kind of see him being used moving forward?
More so as the 4. Yeah, more so as the 4 going forward.
What about him at the 4 do you like most?
No, I think he's a bigger body, and just be able to guard fours, be able to rebound. Like you said, he's physical, and so he can take on that burden of just guarding bigger guys at the 4 position instead of being small at that position. So, like I said, we just give him a run. Like I said, he he looked good tonight. He's only going to get better. You know, once he understands how we're playing and what we need from him on a daily basis, he's only going to get better. But I thought tonight was a step in the right direction.
You played the starting unit 28 minutes together tonight. I'm kind of wondering, is there some level of concern, however minimal that might be, that you might have to be leaning on them too much to kind of pick up some of the slack of bench rotations that aren't able to extend or even hold the length of leads that the starters have been giving them?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would just say it's more so the flow of the game. I think, you know, the bench has done a good job of winning some games for us as well, you know. And so it's just kind of how the flow of the game goes and what we need at the time, you know. And so I wouldn't say bench or starters. I would say, like, the bench units did a great job for us, you know, this year and last year and in the years before that. So it's just more so the flow of the game, how the game's going, and who we need on the floor at the time.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.